Good evening. Welcome to RNQ and iOS classes. Today we will read about chapter 24, the interwar period and the Second World War. The first half of the 20th century is known in history as the era of world wars. The First World War was considered by many to be a war to end all wars. Yet, the development during the next 20 years led the world into another war more destructive, more widespread, and much larger in scale. In order to understand the reason for the outbreak of this war, we need to study the interwar period in detail. The end of the First World War did not even end the rivalries between the European nations. Even the peace treaties failed to ensure peace. The treaties were harsh on the defeated countries and thus showed the seeds of future conflicts. They even failed to satisfy the territorial ambitions of some of the Allied powers. In many of the countries, strong dictators rose to power and spread the message of national chauvinism. The most important fact was that imperialism, the basic cause of war, was not destroyed. The Russian Revolution and the emergence of the Soviet Union also divided the world into two groups, those who favored the revolution and those who fear effects. Most of the West European countries belonged to the latter group. They considered socialism to be a threat to their social and economic systems. Soviet Russia was also anti-imperialist and supported the freedom struggle in the colonies of Asia and Africa. This chapter will tell you how all these combined to create conditions for another war. Objectives of the chapter is to analyze the peace treaties and the change of map Europe, trace the rise to totalitarian regimes Italy, Germany and Japan, explain effect of Great Depression on USA, USSR and Europe, correlate aggression and appeasement, and last explain the course of war. 24.1 The Peace Treaties. The First World War ended with the signing of the peace treaties at the conference held in Paris. The important leaders at the conference were the US President Woodrow Wilson, the British Prime Minister Lloyd George, and the French Prime Minister Georges Clemenceau. League of Nations. One of the first acts of the peace conference was the decision to create a world organization called the League of Nations. For the first period promotion of international cooperation, peace and security, the Covenant Formal Agreement of the League was approved in April 1990. The agreement required all members to reduce armaments in the interest of peace. The agreement required all members to reduce armaments in the interest of peace. If any member's country resorted to war, then collective action would be taken against that country. The trade relationship with the aggressor country would also be cut off. However, the League of Nations could never be an effect organization. Two major countries, Soviet Union and Germany, were not allowed to become its member for many years. United States, despite its leading role in the formation of League, decided not to join it. Hence, when aggression began in the 1930s, the League failed to prevent it. The Treaty of Versailles. The peace treaties were to be based on President Wilson's peace proposal of or 14 points, which promised to bring in an era of peace, freedom, democracy, self-determination, the right to have a say in one's own government. But these principles were ignored when the Allies signed the Treaty of Versailles with Germany. According to the treaty, first, Germany was blamed as the aggressor and forced to accept responsibility for the damage caused to the Allies during war. Second, Germany was to pay $6,600 million as compensation to them. The German coal mining area in Saar Valley was put under the control of the League for 15 years, while the mines were transferred to France for that period. The newly created state of Poland was provided a corridor which gave her an outlet to the Baltic Sea. This corridor separated East Prussia from the rest of Germany. The port of Danzig, which lay in the corridor, was made a full city. Fifth, the strength of the German army was to be limited to 1 lakh, and it was permitted to have any air force or navy. Sixth, Germany colonial possessions were divided amongst the victorious powers. We shall read more about the territories lost by Germany after the study of the map of Europe. Germany was made to sign this treaty under threat of invasion. In fact, no German representative was invited to attend the conference, so the Germans called it a dictated peace. Some of the seats of the Second World War was thus sown at Versailles. 24.2. The changed map of Europe to block. A study of the post-war map of Europe shows us that almost all European countries emerged from war with changed frontiers. Germany surrendered Alsace-Lorraine to France. A study of the post-war map of Europe shows us that almost all European countries emerged from war with changed frontiers. Germany surrendered Alsace-Lorraine to France, which it had captured in 1871. In the north, it gave up some areas to Belgium and Denmark. The area given to Poland has already been mentioned. Apart from lesson two losses in Europe, Germany also gave up right on its African colonies and privileges in China. Thus, after war, the Germany were a discontent lot. Italy. Italy has fought the war on the Allied side to satisfy her territorial ambitions in Austria, Turkish Empire, and Africa. But all that Italy gained from the peace settled was a small part of Austria, Russia. Russia suffered more casualties in war than all the allies put together. It withdrew from war in March 1918 after signing a treaty with Germany. By this treaty, it accepted the independence of Poland, Finland, and Baltic state of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Added to this were the problems of civil war, military intervention, and economic collapse. Poland, which had disappeared from the map in 1815 after being annexed by the three empires of Austria, Prussia, and Russia, now reappear when the three empires declined together. However, the old enmity with the new neighboring countries could not be wiped out so easily. By a separate treaty, Austria was reduced to a small state and it lost all its imperial glory. Austria recognized the independence of the newly formed countries of Hungary, Poland, and Yugoslavia. You would remember that Italy had also gained some territory at the cost of Austria. All the newly formed countries had to deal with the problem of border disputed, political upheavals, and economic difficulties. Britain was given Palestine and Iraq as mandates, and France was given Syria. They would administer them till the people learned to govern themselves. But these mandates were also governed as colonies. The treaty with Turkey resulted in the complete dismemberment of the Turkish empires. Turkey lost its Arab possessions in North Africa, in Southwest Asia, and almost all its territories in Europe. Some of these territories came under British and French control as mandates. Russia and Greece also gained some areas. Turkey was Thus reduced to small state, the Turks rose in rebellion against the treaty under the leadership of Mustafa Kemal. The Sultan was removed from power and a republic was established in Turkey in 1923 with Mustafa Kemal as its first president. He began the process of modernization of the country. The people called him Ataturk or father of the Turks. You have just read about the changes that occurred in various European countries and understand of these changes tell us that most countries remain dissatisfied with the peace treaties was another redivision of the world necessity. Was an other war the only solution? 24.2 Rise of totalitarian regimes. The immediate post-war years were full of problems for almost all countries of Europe. These included recognitions of the economy, resettlement of survivors of war, and growing unemployment. The working classes in many countries tried to organize socialist revolution of the Soviet pattern, but they were ruthlessly suppressed. In their place, strong anti-democratic movements arose in Hungary, Poland, Italy, Portugal, Germany, and Spain, which can generally be termed of fascist. Emergence of fascism in Italy. The term fascism is of Italian origin and was first used for the movement started by Benito Mussolini in Italy. The fascists adopted as their symbol the fasces or a bundle of rods, which represented state power. The main feature of these movements were opposite to democracy and socialism, established of dictatorial rule, extreme nationalism, and militarism. Mussolini made eloquent speeches about the glory of ancient Roman Empire and urged people to restore Italy's honor. Many ex-soldiers, after listening to his speech, joined his armed gangs, which was a private arm called Black Shirts. Mussolini used these gangs to break up strike and to spread terror among the socialists and communists. The ruling classes of Italy did not curb their actions because they also wanted to prevent a socialist revolution. In 1921, Mussolini set up the National Fascist Party. In October next year, he sent 30,000 of his black shirts in a march on Rome. The government surrendered without a fight and the king asked Mussolini to form a new government. By 1928, Mussolini had destroyed all parliamentary opposition and had begun to rule a dictatorate. All non-fascist parties were banned. He used imprisonment, tortures, and organized killing to suppress the socialists and the communists. He set up the fascist Grand Council and took the title of second deuce of the leader. He tried to make Italy a great power by advocating a policy of war expansion. Hitler and Nazi Germany. You already know about the humiliating defeat of Germany and the downfall of its monarchy. In 1919, a republication form of government was established under a new constitution which provided for a president, a chancellor, and an elected parliament. During the World War, Adolf Hitler had been a soldier in the German army and had fought bravely for 4 years, winning the Iron Cross. Disappointed at Germany's defeat, he now decided to join politics. In 1921, Hitler's powerful speeches and his organizational skills made him the leader of the National Social German Workers' Party, in short, the Nazi Party. Like fascist, it had its own army called the Stormtroopers or the Brown Shirts. By 1930s, the Brown Shirt number about 1 lakh men. After the fascists captured power in Italy, Corporal Adolf Hitler made a similar attempt in Germany in 1923. The attempt failed and was jailed. While in jail, Hitler wrote his book Mein Kampf, My Struggle, in which he set out his plans to create the most barbaric dictatorship of modern times. The aim of Nazi policies was to wipe out the humiliations of Versailles and to make Germany powerful and feared in the world. The Nazis were similar to fascists in their oppositions to democracy, civil liberties, and socialism. They used brutal force to crush any oppositions. Hitler put the blame for Germany defeated in war on the Jews, so exterminations of the Jewish race became an important feature of Nazism. He believed in the purity and superiority of the German race, calling them pure-blood Aryans, and wanted the union of all Germans to create a great Germany. A very large section of the people were marked by the Nazi politics. They appealed to the national pride of Germans and gained a support of Nazi politics. In 1936, Olympics were held in Berlin. Hitler wanted to use the games to prove his theory of Aryan racial superiorities, but his attempt failed as the most popular hero of the game was Afro-American sprinter Jesse Owens. The economic development of the 1930s helped in Hitler's rise to power. A severe depression hit America and Europe. As a result, almost 8 million workers in Germany became unemployed. The Nazi Party now began to spread its influence. The communists and the socialists failed to unite against the Nazis. Consequently, the Nazi Party, which had won only 12 seats in the parliament in 1928, became the single largest party in 1932. President Hindenburg appointed Hitler as chancellor and asked him to form a new government. Soon after coming to the power, Hitler unleashed a reign of terror. All democratic principles were put aside. In February 1933, the Nazis set the parliament building on fire and put the blame on the socialists and communists. Over 60,000 people were imprisoned or sent to concentration camp by mid 1933. All political parties other than the Nazi Party were banned. Following Hindenburg's death on August 2, 1934, Hitler became the president of Germany. An organized campaign for the total extermination of Jews was launched. Simultaneously, a program of militarization was introduced. The victory of Nazism brought the world closer to war. Hitler was so ruthless that he ordered the killing of hundreds of stormtroopers who had helped in his rise to power in one night. June 30, 1934, is known as the Night of Long Nights. Military fascism in Japan. Japan had been the only country in Asia to escape colonization. By the end of the 19th century, Japan's expansionist policy led her to a war with China. The defeat of China enabled Japan to gain a foothold in the country. In 1905, Japan defeated Russia in war and took over Manchuria. The Russia spheres of influence in China. This was the first instance of an Asian country defeated a mighty European nation in a war. Later, Japan also annexed Korea. The outbreak of the First World War gave her a chance to acquire Germany's possessions in China and some German-held islands in the Pacific. After the war, the League gave her the mandate over the islands. By this time, Japan's military had become a dominating force in society. It destroyed democracy with the country and advocated to extreme nationalism and expansions. In less than 50 years, Japan changed from peaceful country to an aggressive military power. During 1930s, she was to establish close relationship with the fascist government of Germany and Italy for another redivision of the world. 24.3. The Great Depression and its effect. A significant development after the First World War was the decline in the supremacy of Europe and the growing importance of the United States of America. While the war damaged the economy of the European countries, the US economy became stronger. No war was fought on the US soil, and the industrial expansion also continued during war. Was as it supplies arms and other minerals materials to the Allies. However, a decade later, serious economic problem arose in the country, which later spread to the rest of Europe. You know that America followed the capitalist system of production in which maximum profit was made by the owners of industry. Most of the workers, however, lived below the poverty line. Thus, not many people had the means of to buy goods, which which was being produced by the industries. So, overproduction and maldistribution of purchasing power were the two main causes of the Great Depression, which hit USA in October 1929 and then spread worldwide. The crisis began with the fall in the share prices, leading to a collapse of the US stock market. In one day, nearly 16 million shares were sold on the New York Stock Exchange. During the next 4 years, almost 9,000 banks closed operations and millions of people lost their life savings. As goods remained unsold, thousands of factories shut down, resulting in unemployment, poverty, and starvations. Most of the European countries, except Soviet Union, also suffered as they had become dependent on the U.S. economy, especially on the American bank. The effect of the crises in these countries were similar. The number of unemployment in the world rose to over 50 million, of which 15 million were in US alone. The economic crisis also affected the political conditions in the countries. In US, the Democratic Party came to power with Franklin D. Roosevelt as president. He introduced a program of economic reform and social welfare called New Deal. In Britain and France, labor-friendly governments came to power. Thought movements arose in Britain and France, they were not successful. In Germany and Italy, as you have read above, post-war discontent and depression led to victories of fascist parties. During the 1930s, the foreign policy of US, Britain, and France were also similar. They did not adopt a strong position against the fascists. Their main concern was to check the spread of socialist ideas and workers' movements. Thus, when fascist aggressions began, they did nothing to check it. Instead, they closed to appear fas- fascism in the hope that it would destroy communism. Development in the USSR. We have already discussed Russia participation in war and the Russia Revolution. This was followed by a civil war and the Allied military interventions. All this had resulted in the collapse of the Russian economy. There was a severe shortage of food and industrial productions declined drastically. The consequent famine worsened the condition further. Lenin was forced to take strict measures. The Soviet government forcibly seized surplus food from rich farm kulaks to feed the rest of the population. Nothing could be bought or sold in the market. The industrial produce was distributed to the workers in the lieu of wages. People were encouraged and even forced to work for the good of their fellow men rather than the motive. This grim state of affairs, which lasted from 1918 to 1921, was called war communism. The fierce oppositions to this system mainly from the peasantry and some members of his above party led Lenin to replace it by the new economic policy in 1921. The harsh measures of war communism were withdrawn. Now the peasants gave one-tenth of their produce as tax and were allowed to sell the rest in the open market. Thought most of the industries remained under state control, yet similar industries were given back to private owners. Payment of wages in cash was reintroduced. A new constitution was introduced in 1924, under which Russia became because the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. But after Lenin's death in 1924, a fierce power struggle arose with the party. There were serious differences among the senior leaders over the policies to be followed. Finally, Stalin, emerged victorious, became the General Secretary of the Communist Party and soon assumed great power. Within a few years, the USSR started a vigorous program of industrialization thought a series of 5-year plans. The first plan was introduced in 1929. One of the aim of the plan was to bring about changes in agriculture. After the revolution, agriculture land had been redistributed among peasants, resulting in millions of small, less productive land holding. To increase production, the government promoted the idea of collectivizations of small farms. The peasants were both encouraged and forced to give up private ownership of farms. Lands was pooled and they had to become members and joint owners of the collective farms. The kulaks who opposed collectivizations were severely dealt with. It is estimated that thousands persisted during this period. The main effort of the plan was towards industrialization. Here the success was greater and soon Soviet Russia emerged a major industrial power in the world. It is important to remember that the capitalist economic at this time faced a severe economic crisis. The Soviet example of successful socialist economy stood out and was adopted later by many colonies after independence. Most of the European countries and USA, however, did not recognize Soviet Russia till 1933. It became a member of League of Nations only in 1934. The hostility towards Soviet Union continued even after this. When fascist aggression began in the 1930s, Soviet Union was the only major power that actively opposed them. 24.4 Aggression and appeasement. The 1930s witnessed several acts of aggression by Italy, Germany, and Japan. In these sections, we will see the most of the Western powers under not only remained but mute spectators to these acts but even support some them, thereby helping the fascists prepare the stage of war. Japanese invention of Manchuria. First major act of aggression was the Japanese invasion of Manchuria in 1931. Troubles began with the explosion of the Japanese railway line and Japanese military officers used it as an excuse to take over Manchuria. China appealed to the League of Nations but no action was taken. Japan quit the League of Nations and it launches another attack to China in 1937. Italy takes over Ethiopia. In 1935, Italy invaded Ethiopia and an appeal was made to the League. The League condemned Italy as an aggressor and put a ban on the sale of arms to Italy. By 1936, however, Italy completed the conquest of Ethiopia and the League once again failed to resist aggression. Expansion of Nazi Germany. In our study of Hitler's rise to power, we saw that the became of Chancellor as well the President of Germany. He then started the process of remilitarization of Germany in violation of the Treaty of Versailles. Germany troops entered Rhineland, which had become demilitarized by the treaty. Moreover, the troops now numbered 8 lakh as against the treaty limits 1 lakh. The absence of any retaliatory action by France and Britain gave Hitler increased confidence to build up an air force and a navy. The Saar Valley was also reunited with Germany. In 1936, Hitler and Mussolini signed the Rome-Berlin Axis and in 1937 they signed the Anti-Comintern Pact with Japan. Hitler's next plan was annexation of Austria. The union of Austria and Germany, or the Anschluss, was completed in 1938. The same year, at the conference in Munich, Britain and France signed the Munich Pact. By this pact, they agreed to the Germany occupation of Sudetenland in Czechoslovakia. The Siths had no role In these talks, Germany wanted Sudetenland because this area had a large German population and was the hub of coal, chemical, and iron and steel industries. A month later, Germany took over the whole of the Alsace. The Munich Pact was the last act of appeasement by the Western power. A dressed rehearsal of Second World War. The first example of joint Germany-Italy aggression was seen during the Spanish Civil War 1936 to 39. It had serious consequences for the entire world and is considered to be a dress rehearsal of the Second World War. In 1936, a Popular Front government comprising the Socialist, Communist, and other anti fascist parties came to power in Spain. They formed a democratic republic under the leadership of General Franco. A section of the army planned to overthrow this government. Germany and Italy gave armed support to Franco's men, and German aircraft carried out air raids on Spanish and towns and villages. They captured many parts of the country and territories people into submissions. The Republican government appealed for help, but Britain, France, and USA accepted a policy of non-interventions. Only the Soviet Union offered to help the Republicans. The anti-fascists from all over the world came together to form an international brigade to fight for the Republic. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was went to Spain to offer the support of Indian freedom movement to the Republic. The Spanish Civil War was no longer a Spanish affair as thousands of non-Spaniards sacrificed their lives to save the republic from the fascists. The civil war continued for 3 years. By 1939, Spain fell to the fascists and the new government was recognized by most of the Western powers. Towards Poland, you can understand that the policy of appeasement adopted by the Western powers encouraged the fascists towards more aggression. The Soviet demanded an anti-fascist alliance, but the Western power did not agree. To protect its own interests, the USSR signed a non-aggression pact with Germany in August 1939. Hitler now directed his attention towards Poland. He wanted both the Danzig Free City and the police corridor, which you remember had separated East Prussia from the rest of Germany. The British and French government declared that they would attack Germany if it invaded Poland, but Hitler could not be stopped now. On September 1, 1939, Germany invaded Poland. 2 days later, Britain and France declared war on Germany. The Second World War had begun. 24.5 and last. The world at war. We have just read that the invention of Poland marked the beginning of the Second World War. The German army crossed the Polish frontiers from the west and they completed the conquest of Poland in 3 weeks. Despite declaration of war, no help reached Poland. The Soviet Red Army took the opportunity to get back the territories which had earlier been part of Russian Empire. By 1940, the Russians had taken over the Baltic states Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania and forced a treaty on Finland. As there was little actual fighting for the first 6 months, this period known as the period of phony war. On 19th April 1940, the German forces launched an attack on the Norway and Denmark and conquered them. Next to fall were the neutral countries of Belgium, Holland, and Luxembourg. This was followed by the invasion of France. The German armies occupied the capital city of Paris almost without fighting on June 14, 1940. The French government surrendered and Germany occupied the northern half of France. The other half remained under the French and was called Vichy France. They collaborated with the Nazis. The swift takeover of European countries by Hitler is called Lightning War. Meanwhile, about 350,000 British, French, and Belgian troops who did not surrender reached Dunkirk and on the northern coast of France, from where they marched to Britain. Among them was Charles, a colonel in the French army who started the Free France movement in Britain to fight Nazi Germany. The Battle of Britain. With the conquest of the West European almost complete, Hitler turned his attention to Britain. The invention of Britain's or Operation Sea Lion was only possible in the Germany army could across the English Channel. This meant that the Royal Air Force and the Royal Navy had to be put out of action. During the development discussed above, this was a change of government in Britain. The British Prime Minister Chamberlain, who had signed the Munich Pact, had resigned and Winston Churchill took over the new Prime Minister of the coalition government. In August 1940, the Germany Air Force began its campaign over British skies and carried out air raids on British ports and cities. The RAF, in their Spitfire and Hurricanes, carried out air raids on British ports and cities. The German begins night raids on large cities, especially London. The aerial fight between the RAF and Luftwaffe came to be known as the dogfights. Churchill's powerful speeches kept the morale of the people high, and the British Air Force caused severe damage to the Luftwaffe. By November 1940, Operation Sea Lion was indefinitely put off. In praise of the role of the RAF, Churchill said, "Never have so many owned so much to so few." The expansion of war. On September 27, 1940, Germany, Italy, and Japan signed a tripartite Pact of Berlin, promising to give full support to each other in the event of the attack. The three Axis powers also agreed upon the leadership of Germany and Italy in the establishment of a new order in Europe and Japan, similar in leadership in Asia. Some other countries like Hungary, Romania, and Bulgaria also joined the pact. Meanwhile, war had spread to other parts of the Europe and Africa. Italy invaded Greece but faced stiff resistance. However, Germany troops succeeded in capturing Greece, Yugoslavia, and part of the North Africa. Italy and British forces clashed over several territories in Africa, and this conflict was to continue for another 2 years. Germany turns against Soviet Union. A new chapter opened in the war with Hitler decisions to invade Soviet Union. The Non-Aggression Pact was forgotten, and Operational Barbarossa was launched on June 22, 1941, without a formal declaration of war. The German army rapidly advanced on three fronts: Leningrad, Moscow, and Kiev, and the Soviet army, taken by surprise, fell back. The Soviet appeal for help had positive result at this time, and Britain and USA gave support. Hitler had hoped to end the war before the onset of winter. By early October, Moscow was besieged, but by then Russia winters set in. Within a month, temperature drops to minus 40 degrees Celsius. Neither the German soldiers nor their equipment could stand up on the extreme cold. By December, the Russia counterattack started and the German forces was driven back. By December, the Russia counterattack started and Germany forces were driven back. The threat of Moscow was over. Operations Barbarossa had failed, but the Germany would accept total defeat only after suffering another Russian winter and a heroic resistance from and the Soviet Red Army, a global war. Since the outbreak of the war, US had been sympathetically to Britain, allowing her to buy arms first on cash and carry basis and then on a lend-lease system. The latter deal was extended to the Soviet Union also in November 1941. However, US was opposed to direct entry into the war. However, on December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on the American naval base in Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. This resulted in the destruction of the American Pacific Fleet and the death of over 2,000 soldiers. On December 8, US declared war on Japan and a few days later on Germany and Italy. The war had become truly global. After Pearl Harbor, the Japanese advanced rapidly in the Far East, capturing Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Philippines, and Burma. By the middle of 1942, the fascist countries had reached the peak of their power, the Battle of Stalingrad. During the summer of 1942, Hitler's army continued its offense in the Soviet Union. Hitler again hoped for victory, but the advance of the German army was checked at Stalingrad. By November, the German armies were in the around Stalingrad, but they were encircled by the Soviet troops. All supplies to the German army cut off. The Russia winter again took its toll, and by January 31, 1943, the German army had collapsed. Germany and their allies lost almost 250,000 men in the battle, which marked the turning point in the war. Soviet Union also suffered very heavy losses in terms of dead and wounded, the beginning of the end. Meanwhile, the war in the North Africa had developed into the battle between the Western Eighth Army under General Montgomery and the Germany Afrika Corps under General Rommel, who had been sent by Hitler to help the Italian troops. In August 1942, Rommel began to move towards Egypt. The decisive battle was fought at El Alamein in the north coast of the Egypt in October 1943, which led to Rommel's retreat. By the summer of 1943, the Allies had taken over North Africa. In July, they invaded Sicily. Mussolini's government was overthrown and Italy surrendered unconditionally. The German troops immediately marched into northern Italy and rescued Mussolini, who set up his government under German protections. On the eastern front, the Soviet Red Army forced Hitler's army to retreat along the route on which they had set out of confidently to and a half year before. Most of the East European countries, Poland, Romania, Bulgaria, Czech, and Hungary, were liberated. The fascists were also driven out of Greece, Yugoslavia, and Albania. In June 1944, the Allies opened the Second Front in Western Europe. On June 6, the first of the Allied troops landed on the beaches of the Normandy in the north coast of France. The landings had been planned in total secrecy, and they took the Germany by surprise. Commanded by General Eisenhower, they broke them, thought the German line of defense, and liberated Brussels, Paris, and Luxembourg by September, surrendered by the fascist power. By the spring of 1945, the end of war was in sight. The Allied troops had taken over many cities in Italy. In April, there were an uprising in fascist occupied areas. On April 28, Mussolini was captured and executed, thus putting an end of fascism in Italy. The downfall of Germany was now certain. The Allied troops entered Germany from three directions: the south, northwest, and the east, and the Soviet army reached Berlin. Hitler committed suicide. On May 7, Germany surrendered unconditionally. The fall of Japan. The war in Asia and Pacific continued even after Germany surrendered. Despite American and British victories in the Pacific and the Far East, Japan still held out. On August 6, 1945, US dropped the first atom bomb on the Japanese city of Hiroshima. 50,000 people were killed and large parts of the city were leveled to the ground. 2 days later, a second bomb destroyed the city of Nagasaki and forced Japan to surrender. The Second World War came to an end. More than 50 countries had been involved in the war. Another international organization, the United Nations Organization, was set up to maintaining peace in the world, but the two superpower USA and USSR would soon try to divide the world into two power blocks, creating a situation of Cold War. That is what we will study in the next chapter. Thank you.